Hi guys, Sarah here from Highland Haven Australian Shepherds, and this is episode 10 of my dog breeding video series. So where we left off last week, Meadow was 5 weeks pregnant, we think, and here we are almost a week later. I'm actually posting this a day early, so she's 1 day shy of 6 weeks pregnant. I figured I'm bored to death, you all are bored to death, so let's post a video a day early. Additionally, she is hopefully going to be getting an x-ray. Oh, here we go again with the butt licking. Meadow, not on video, dude. On Saturday, she should be getting her x-ray. So I'm going to post another video then. So I figured no harm in posting a video a day early today. So let's catch up and see how she's doing. All right, let's check out Meadow's belly. You want to lay back? Let's see. Lay back. Hold on. Slide you over here. Lay back. Good girl. Let's see if you guys can see any difference in her belly. So I have not given her a maternity haircut. I will be doing that right after we get the litter confirmation on the x-ray. It's just superstitious. I don't want to shave her unless I'm sure that we're going to be having puppies. Meadow, can you lay all the way back? All right, let's lay all the way back on your belly. On your back. There you go. There we go. All right. So we can see a little bit this week how there is some breast tissue developing around each nipple. That's good. That's right when that should happen. I still can feel a puppy right here. Let's see on this side. I can't feel a puppy today, but that might be because she has some amniotic fluid sort of filling up her belly and you can't feel them so well. So let's talk a little bit about the changes that are going to occur starting now. So because she's 6 weeks pregnant, I am going to now curtail her activity. We will certainly go on walks and romps in the woods, but I am much more careful about her being pounced on by the other dogs. I don't allow any fetch at this point because she's a very intense ball dog, and I don't want her getting hurt. And I don't want any of the other dogs sort of crashing into her at this stage. She's in a more vulnerable state at this point than she was early on in her pregnancy. Additionally, we're going to start changing her food. I have been feeding her a little bit more than I have in the past. And that's because she's in her last trimester here of pregnancy. So I'm going to start feeding her 10 to 20% more than I normally feed her. There's a couple things to keep in mind here, guys. When you increase their food, you're going to want to break it up into smaller portions because, like we've discussed in previous videos, her belly is going to start being squished by those puppies in there. And it's going to be harder for her to eat big meals. And we want to make sure she's getting the proper nutrition. I don't recommend homemade food during this time. You really have to know exactly the percentages of protein and whatnot to keep them healthy at this stage. And most of us don't really know that well enough to give them homemade food. So I keep her on a high quality adult kibble. And I just increase the amount, and I'm going to start feeding her 3 times a day starting tomorrow. It's also important to know, guys, that you should not be switching your pregnant dog to puppy food. You should also not be supplementing it with any sort of major calcium. We want her body to develop its own calcium, to start creating its own calcium reserves for the incredible demands that those nursing puppies are going to put on her once they're born. And if you start supplementing her body will then not produce the calcium itself and can cause a very serious and deadly condition called eclampsia, which anybody who's pregnant is familiar with that word. It's basically a calcium crash in the body because the puppies are nursing and the mama dog hasn't created her own calcium reserves. So we're going to keep her on adult kibble. We're just going to increase the amounts. And again, we're going to be feeding her 3 times a day so she's able to eat the proper amount per meal. Once she begins in labor, once she starts delivering puppies, I do start supplementing calcium because at that point she's going to need that little calcium kick. And then as we're feeding her while she's nursing puppies, that's when we're going to switch her to a puppy food that has a natural higher calcium content because puppies need more calcium. But we're not going to do that until she's actually pushing those puppies out. Very important to keep in mind when you're breeding dogs. So like I say, today is Tuesday. We have an appointment for her x-ray on Saturday. Once I get all that done, I will certainly share that with you guys, and hopefully it'll be good news. I planned on actually taking you inside the vet, but as we know, with all that's going on with the coronavirus, apparently I'm sitting in the parking lot and the vet's going to take her inside, and we're going to video conference via Zoom while she's getting x-rayed. It should only take a few minutes. It's really quick. It's completely painless and not traumatic at all for her. It's one shot, one picture, and we should be able to see some puppy skeletons and skulls, and that's how we're going to count. So very exciting. That's coming up. So stay tuned, guys. If you're enjoying this video series, please like, follow, comment, share, all that good stuff. I will see you on Saturday. Take care, guys, and everybody stay healthy. Bye.